Hey guys, it's War Machine 395 here with a video review. This time of something very different, actually. Excuse the rattling. This is the HMM Shadow Fox. Alright, so I can probably see down the corner here. It's a Karatomi. It's licensed from them, but it is really a Kotobukiya product, going for the price of 4,500 yen. So it's like the price of, I'd say like a mid-sized master grade. It's probably the best way to describe it. Right, so for those of you who are unaware, HMM kits, high-end master models, okay, are produced by Kotobukiya fairly regularly. For the most part, Zoid kits and 1/72nd scale. So I'll try and show you guys what the scale is like later, so you guys have an idea, because I know that was the first question that popped in my head when I thought about getting one of these. How big is 1/72nd scale for a Zoid, right? So it's kind of different. Alright, so I'll show you the manual next here, okay? Nice glossy paper. The first few pages, front and back, are all color, or not all color, but kind of color. I mean, you got talk, I assume, about things history. The kit should look like painted, line art on the next page, and then build instructions, everything after that. Right, so more line art. Get the trees, and then build instructions. Then the last couple pages are all color again. Line art, the weapons and body. Alright, and color pages. Your color instructions, decal instructions, and then the back page being a bunch of posing stuff. Not too bad. Alright, so, decent manual. Not completely unlike a Bandai kit. So, without further ado, let's get on this. This is the HMM Shadow Fox. I'm going to adjust the camera here, okay, just so you can see it. This is how it looks right out of the box, and this does not normally fall off. I cut the part a little too much there. It needed a bit of trimming, just a slight mold defect, and I cut it off too much. Alright, so that's my own fault, of course. So after I'm done painting it, though, I'll just glue it. Wouldn't be too hard. Alright, so just kind of give you a quick 360. Hopefully without that part falling off too many more times. Okay, so you can see you got a whole lot of different colors going on to this. Like the inner frame parts, if you just kind of look them over carefully, hopefully the camera picks them up. You have some silver parts, and then there's like 3 different shades of gray. And then the black is actually a little bit blue, to be honest. Still a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to adjust these here. Okay, let's start from the top down, okay? Or actually I'm going to take off the chain gun entirely, just so it stays out of the way. And then we'll go over everything from top down. Okay, so Sans chain gun looks quite a bit different with that on there. You can see the head can actually move forward just a little bit. It gains a little more articulation that way. That's my own fault too. Gotta adjust the polycap a bit first. There we go. And then the ball joint that is attached to the head here. Everything's a little stiff on this. It's my own fault though. Again. There we go. That just pegs in there. So you have a little bit of side-to-side motion from that. Seriously, I'm going to have to tighten up the peg on this a lot, because that is annoying me so much right now. It's the first time this has happened. Like, the head does not fall off unless I'm on camera, I gather. So side to side, out of the box, and then this component here can move side to side like this. So you're getting like full 90 on either side, which is relatively really accurate for any sort of dog, wolf, fox, etc., etc. And this damn polycap is not actually going in all the way. Because what's up with that? There we go. Okay, so I think you guys have seen the neck articulation enough. Now I'm having trouble with the jaw. I have not had this many problems so far with this kit all in a row. Okay. Alright. Okay, so the neck, you can see, moves 90 degrees side to side. Jaw can move up and down. It's a pretty cool bit of articulation. The only trouble is getting it back down again when it's up inside the teeth. So you kind of use that. Alright, the cockpit opens up like that. It does come with a nice little pre-painted pilot figure. Hopefully that comes into focus. And a console that I didn't put in there. Okay, just because I think I have plans for that. Hopefully that comes into focus. Pretty decent. Alright. Now, alright, so the neck, you saw, moves up, down, left, right, and the ball joint here, and the hinge inside the head. Alright, so from there, let's see here. We're going to do the front legs. They're both the same, so we'll go over one. Okay, so starting from the front view, you can see this. You get up and out a little bit, just a little bit. But then, if you pull on them just a little, you can see that that joint comes out. More, you can see where it's asymmetrical now, right? And then you get more. Okay, so that's the max of which it's going to do the splits, mind you, but it's still pretty decent. And if you think about it, the inner frame looks a lot better this way. Right? Yeah. Like if it could get all the way out here, you're going to have tons of parts just sticking out. Okay, so that can move in nice and tight after that. Okay, if you're so inclined. This bit on the leg here can move up and down, as you just saw, hopefully, right there. Okay, then the knee, for lack of a better term, get that far, depending on how far you got that moved forward. This bit here, sorry. The ankle is a ball joint. Okay. Now, the leg, forward leg here, just the top hinge here, the gold part, can go full 360, no trouble. Kick the rear leg, that looks weird. Again, haven't had that many issues with it falling apart off screen, but then again, I haven't really played with it all that much. So if you're looking for a toy, this is probably not the right kit for you. Okay, so back leg is very different from the front leg, as you can tell. Pretty easy. Okay, rear leg, go from the hinge here all the way around if you're so inclined, and that's about it. The bottom, the second hinge here, separate. You can see that it has kind of a hydraulic there that isn't supposed to go past there, really. Then the second one can straighten right out too. Suddenly its legs are like this long, so that clearly doesn't look right. So they're a little more articulated than you're supposed to use, I guess is the way to put it. It's like that. So you got the ball joint, the foot same as before. Okay, so onto the tail. Oh yes, and the rear legs have the same deal where they spread as the front legs do. Okay, so you get the same out and down kind of motion, okay, when you spread them, and you can get a little bit while they're pushed in as well. Okay, so that's pretty decent. I'm going to hold here for a moment and restart, as the camera was probably going to shut off on me in about the next 30 seconds. Okay, so within the tail there is the net launcher. So the tail opens right up like that. Simple enough. Okay, has pretty much the range of motion you associate with the tail. Hindered slightly up here by this piece here. Not much, but a little. You have some hydraulics on the part as well. You can see them underside. Does not move side to side. If you're expecting that, it doesn't. Okay. But it's, again, it's a plastic kit, not your pet dog. So, move these legs into position again. It is very poseable for a four-legged kit. Solid in many ways. There is a bit more articulation beyond that. Just kind of spread the legs out so it would stay balanced when I did it. Alright. Okay, see if we got this. Okay, so watch the middle here. Okay, so you pull front and back. Okay. So I can sit like that again too. So watch again, and so you can get bending side to side. Right, you know, a nice little joint in there. Okay, so that's very handy if you're so inclined to try and pose it in some sort of like jumping pose. You can kind of see where that would look really good. From there, we do have one more feature where the chest opens up to reveal the Zoid core. You get this nice clear red part in a plastic bag, no nubs. Okay, that just closes up like that. It is an interesting feature in the sense that it opens and closes like that. If you're being clever like I want to be right now and remove the pilot, I kind of want to put LEDs going up through the neck so that the eyes light up, and then I just keep the battery in where the Zoid core is now, because I'm never going to display it with the Zoid core out. So I just put a nice little watch battery and a switch in where that is now. Just open it up, flip the switch, and then the eyes would light up. That'd be cool, I think, anyway. Alright, so that's it for articulation of the main body. Show you what we got here. Alright, so here's the chain gun. Alright, just looking at some thrusters, and the barrels rotate as expected. This can move up, down, no side to side on this part. That is accomplished with this here. I'm going to move the neck again so you can get a little more out of this. So you can see the arm here. This goes on. Okay, so full 360, up, down. Right, so that's pretty cool. You can shoot over walls and stuff, I suppose what that's intended for. And kind of comes down into a less than deployed position. Push the neck back in, and it's all there. It's a really nice kit. Really fun to build too. Not at all frustrating. It was simple on a level, but complex on another. And where all the legs are just slightly different, like the rear ones are different from the front legs, it seemed fresh every time you started building a part. And if you're used to Bandai products, it's still kind of different too. So it was very enjoyable in the sense that it was different, to say the least. Again, the ankle cover part here is my own fault. I'm going to paint and then glue it. So, as I said before, the biggest question I had about these kits before I bought one was, how big are they? Well, the answer is varying. Like the Lagers and Elephanters are obviously going to be bigger than this. I think this is probably on par with a Command Wolf, and then things like the Gun Sniper are going to be taller. but smaller. Godos, I can't remember. I think TC's built some of those. Like the Dark Horn's going to be a lot bigger. Like the Liger Zero is going to be bigger. And the Godos probably smaller. So, since none of that makes sense to some people, I suppose tin of pop is the best comparison you can make, as everyone has access to one of those. Kinda got thirsty. Alright, and just for the kicks too, the last Kotobukiya kits I built, right here, done some work on this recently. Still not done though, so that's pretty good for size comparison. So you can see where an SD kit is around shoulder height average on this. In terms of sheer size, it's probably on par with a master grade, and complexity is kind of like there too. So it wouldn't hurt if you're inclined to try something like this. It'd be a lot of fun to build. Okay, thanks for watching. Enjoy your day, and see you at the next review.